If you're looking for the best way to organize your next trip, I'm going to demonstrate why I found that Wanderlog is that solution. I will do most of this video without even creating an account, but stick around to the end and I'll show some features of the paid pro solution and demonstrate the final results on a smartphone. Suppose we're taking a 2-day trip to Portland, Oregon to attend the ATIFA convention. Step 1 is to create the trip. Start at the URL wanderlog.com, create the trip start and end dates, and skip the sign up to later. Now we have our trip to Portland. We've already booked our hotels.com, so we can import that confirmation email. Copy the email address and forward our hotel.com confirmation email to it. Within a few seconds, Wanderlog processes the email and imports the reservation. The attachment is the original email, so you always have the original email with you. Now let's add a checklist. We scroll down to an empty section, click on an Add Checklist, and we can click on some pre-made lists. We can pick, for example, backpack, driver's ID, tickets. Add those to the checklist from the pre-made list. We can also type in our own entries in the checklist. Then we can rearrange it. So for example, we could drag buy gas up to the top. Give the section a title of checklist and subtitle it prep. We can add multiple checklists in that group if you want. I like to have checklists at the top, so we can rearrange the section to put checklists at the top. A great way to manage this is by putting things in the order that you like. Now we can brainstorm some of the places we'd like to visit. So there's multiple ways of doing this. We can search for places that we might know the name of and click to add them. We can use the recommended places, click on one of them to add them. And we can also navigate the map and click to add them to the trip. The pop-up pane gives a lot of information. You can see that one place was closed on Saturday and Sunday. I'll quickly get through these for the sake of the demo. We've added Home Depot. We can rearrange, moving Home Depot up. Then we can add a note to Home Depot, for example, to get a new trailer hitch. You can also add notes and checklists to each item. Now we're going to add restaurants. So again, create another list, name it restaurants, and navigate to the map for some places we'd like to eat. Click and add them to the trip. Now we've got 3 restaurants added, but I realize I made a mistake. I added them to the places section. No problem. We select all 3, use the move to function, and move them to the restaurants section. Now that we have our wish list of places and restaurants, we can plan our itinerary for Tuesday. We can add those one at a time from this side menu, or we can add them in bulk using the copy to function. Copy them all to Tuesday and quickly adding restaurants. Similarly, we're going to bring up the info pane for the OMSI Planetarium. Click on TripAdvisor and see the review for it. Between Home Depot and Lechon Restaurant, we see the travel time, miles, and directions. Click on directions, it brings up Google Maps. Have you ever shown it up at a restaurant to find out that it's closed? This warns you that the place is closed Tuesday, presumably from the Yelp or TripAdvisor info. We can add a start and end time if we know that, for example, with the planetarium. And because Hopscotch is closed on Tuesday, let's remove it from our itinerary. Another way to fill the itinerary is with the Autofill function. It will fill Monday with its suggestions. We see that it added OMSI on Monday, which is closed. So we will delete it There's also an AI assistant. You can ask it a custom question, but we'll pick the default of restaurants. We can click on one of the restaurants in the info pane. This time, let's look at it in Yelp. Now I've switched to the Pro version. Our route to destinations is not optimized, so we have an optimization function. We optimize the route, we give it a start and end of our hotel, and it saved us 26 minutes of travel time, and it shows us what it's rearranged. Here's another example of the optimizer. Suppose someone's never been to California. They have this wish list of things that they were told they must do, so they add them all to their plan, resulting in a horrendous schedule. Let's optimize. They want to arrive at SFO, depart at LAX. The optimization shaved 24 hours of travel time off the route. Wanderlog shows the changes it made, and there's the new route. If you're interested in the best routes of attractions between San Francisco and LA. Now let's look at the trip settings. Privacy can be public, friends, or private. You can pick either driving and walking distance or public transit and walking distance. It can export to Google Maps, and it tags the items that are in your trip. It takes about a minute to run. The result is a Google map with only our items. So if you're a fan of Google Maps, you don't have to give it up. Another feature of the Pro version is unlimited attachments. I like this. Suppose you're going to a restaurant in France and you want to translate the menu in advance. Look up the menu on the web, but it's in French. So you use Google Translate on your phone, take a photo of it, save that image, and then attach that English version of the menu so that you have it. Hey, if you're liking this so far, can you please consider a thumbs up? So voila, the English version is available, and you can add unlimited attachments in the reservation section, tickets, QR codes, and such. Finally, let's Wanderlog on the smartphone app. We can look at our hotels and lodgings and see our confirmation email. We'll always have that with us. I forgot to give a thumbs up when we imported it successfully, so we can do that now. We have our attachments. Whatever we want access to, we have our checklists. We can check things on and off our checklist. We can click and we have access to the map. Click on the map and then click on the zoom and it brings up the place right in the center of the map. Navigate to Tuesday's itinerary. We can click on driving directions from here. We can click on TripAdvisor. And finally, we can explore the areas from our phone. So for example, the happy hour link shows the top 50 happy hours in Portland. And again, scroll and get the reviews, and you can add it to your itinerary from your phone. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and you'll give Wanderlog a try next time you travel.